All right, team, welcome to our Squeeze Pro training. As we all know, guys, this squeeze is one of the most powerful setups and definitely one of the most used setups in focus trades, right? Something we spend a lot of time focusing on and is honestly one of the best playbook setups on earth. So we have the normal squeeze team. It's been great. And recently, Mr. John Carter, nonstop GOAT, created the Squeeze Pro. So out of respect for John's team, I'm going to show, some of his slides here from the actual training. But again, if you want the full training, guys, you can pay for it. I'm just simply going to cover this and then also show how to set up a squeeze watch list that will look like this, right? So let's get to work, family. Obviously, the normal squeeze, we're used to just, green dots is fired, red dots, we've come into a squeeze here. If you don't know what a squeeze is, team, if you have no clue what I'm talking about, go to our other video section here in Discord and watch this great video from Taylor on how to trade the TTM squeeze setup. So if you need a basic introduction, please go watch that video. This is going to be more so recapping the Squeeze Pro, how to use it, and the slight differences. And then again, how to set up a watch list. So again, guys, we have the normal squeeze. Whenever it gets nice and tight, we simply look for that fire, look for that compression. With the new Squeeze Pro, we actually add a few more colored dots here. So you can see, guys, on my chart right now, I have both the normal squeeze, the TTM, and then the Squeeze Pro. And as you can see, slightly different colored dots. We have black dots. We have our normal, green and red dots. And we also have orange dots. So that's kind of the new system, family. Let's talk a little bit about what it is and how, to use it. So Squeeze Pro recap. We have 3 types of squeezes now, team, where originally all we had was one type of squeeze, one type of compression. All the squeeze is a name coming into consolidation, volatility going down, getting really compressed, right? We take this NVIDIA hourly squeeze here, we squeeze, we fire, we release that compression. The Squeeze Pro team, where this gets really strong, is it now gives you, 3 different types of squeezes, all different types of compression. Back to our slide here. New and most frequently is going to be a black dot squeeze. The black dots are the loosest, highest probability setting. Along with the black dot, we still have our normal red dots, which are medium frequency and are moderately tight. Now we have a new orange dot squeeze, which are simply the tightest setting possible. You're not going to see orange squeezes much, team, but when you do, stock can literally not get any tighter. So we have our new addition of the orange squeeze along with the black squeeze and then the original red dot squeeze. Black dots, guys, are the only ones that can actually happen by themselves. So let's dig in a little bit more here. So obviously, team, the Squeeze Pro doesn't catch everything. The squeeze doesn't catch everything. Where the Squeeze Pro becomes very handy is it catches different types of squeezes, which gives us much more opportunity. The Squeeze Pro is meant to give us, more at-bats, technically, at our favorite setup, where if you're going off the TTM, sometimes you miss shit. For example, NVIDIA, hourly squeeze here. Nothing in sight, won't pop up on a scan, anything. However, on the Pro, we got some compression here that can lead to a move. And as you can see, dumped low a day, broke that squeeze, nice little catch. So not only do we get new squeezes, we're going to catch even more, team, which gives us more opportunity. So continuing to build here, family. Here's how, it kind of works and what all these colors mean. So again, we talked about the orange squeeze. The orange squeeze is the tightest it can possibly get. You can see this fucker is pretty damn tight, NVIDIA hourly. You can see here, family, orange then turns to red, and then turns to black, and then they all turn to green. Whereas on the normal, it's simply just red, 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 green, green, green. So with the Squeeze Pro team, one of my favorite things about it is the sequential break of all the squeezes. right? One fires, leading to another, leading to another, right? So we kind of get three types of compression launching us out, gives us a better move. And again, more at-bats, which is what we want. More shots at our highest probability setups. So let's flip to another slide here. Again, that's kind of the recap on the different types of squeezes. Black's the most frequent, which we'll be focusing on here. Black and red are always with each other, and then the orange. So bear with me here, guys, on the next slide, right? If you see an orange dot, it means it's on top of red dots and black dots. So whenever you see an orange, it means we have every single squeeze. We have all three, right? If the orange turns to red, we're down to two here, right? So if you see the red dots, it means they're on top of black dots. So no matter what team, right? Again, the most frequent, we're always going to have the black. So if you see red, there's black underneath it, right? If you see red here, there's black underneath it. You see orange right here, it's on top of red and black. If you see black, that's all there is. So again, you get that sequential fire where, the orange turns to red, meaning the orange has fired. When the red fires, that's our normal squeeze going off. And then it just turns to black. Once black turns green, everything has fired. So again, it's sequential. Orange fires, red fires, black fires. Like we covered. Sometimes it's just black, right? You just get that lowest compression squeeze, and it can happen by itself and simply fire. But if you see red, black's on top, it's on top of black. So you have both compressions. And again, if you see orange, you have all three. This is as tight as it can possibly get. This is our normal tightness, and this is our loosest. The best team is when you stack them and start with orange, and again, get that domino effect where they keep firing. Black dots can turn into red dots can turn into orange. So pause this, guys, go through this slide and really, digest this little, picture here. I know it looks confusing, but it really isn't, team. So let's talk about it a bit. So again, we have our normal squeeze. We're coming into today, right? We're coming to this session with that normal squeeze. As you can see, pre-market here, it starts to fire. Also, right, we turn green here, and it still stays black on the pro. So again, what's that mean? It means the red has fired, but we're getting a little more compression here from the black dot. And you can see, guys, we'll find better examples here, but fired on the normal, this fired pre-market, got back into that black squeeze early, and then exploded, right? Nice little breakout there while we have nothing on the normal. Let's find another example here, right? 4-hour squeeze. We started here with an orange. Orange released. We get red, sweet. Red releases, and it turns to black. And then black releases, giving us, guys, that extra juice, that extra bump with that new squeeze releasing. Right, team? You get that sequence. Orange fires, red fires. Normally, that's the end of it. But sometimes now, team, we're going to get that little black squeeze that can lead to an extra push, which is great. And again, they can happen on their own, even better. Let's look at another example here. All right, team, apple. Apple's moving here. We get that normal fire, and we start to push. After hours, our pro fires in the morning, telling us we can see even more momentum out of this 4-hour squeeze for a huge push, right? We get back in a squeeze here, back on the 4-hour. We fire, right? And then we get that release of the extra squeeze leading into the next day that sends us gonzo, right? Red to black to green. Red fires, it's green. Black is on, we know red is fired. We're waiting for her to officially pop. Let's find some more examples here, team. Let's see. What's a good example? What's a good example? There's another one of a 30 team. I want to find an example where we ride out a squeeze that turns into a new squeeze. Here we go. Here's a great example. Google 30-minute, right? We come into this morning and, right at the session in a squeeze, and we start to fire normally. As you can see, family, our black squeeze didn't go off until 12:30 here, where we get that second little leg of momentum. So when you're using this team, pay attention to both squeezes, right? The orange isn't going to happen much. When you see it, that's tight as shit. We really won't be able to play most of them. When we see it, great. The main thing, guys, we want to be focusing on is the red dot and the black dot squeezes that fire and then leave us a little more for an extra little boost of momentum. Right? So again, Google fires its squeeze here at open and just starts to rally. And then midday, we get that extra compression at 12:30, which sends us on another push here, right? 12:30 fires, and we run another 13 points for Google simply out of that red dot, black dot squeeze. So if you're trading the normal one, guys, right, you're like, all right, this thing might be getting a little tired. Where the pro is still like, you know what? We got a little more energy to give. This fires, expect another leg. Make sense, team? We push, we push, we push, normal fire, and then boom, even more compression gets released, more volatility gets released, stock goes higher. Love it, love it, love it. Let's find some more examples here, team. All right, Google's a great one. This was a great setup. We all crushed as a team. We came into this week on Monday with a very tight squeeze, right? We got the red dot, we got the normal, black dots. So right here, orange on top of everybody. Orange fires. Obviously, guys, nothing happens. Orange is not always going to be your trade. It's just telling you we're tight as shit and we're starting to let go. So we started to let go here, right? And then we started to get back into a squeeze. And then we started to fire our normal squeeze as we're breaking out here. So you can see here, first 2 hours of the day, we get that compression on the first one, breaking, nice, expect a push. Then it fires the normal one, right? Red goes to green, which means red goes to black. Once black fires, family, we can expect even more here. So as you can see, this 2-day squeeze, 2-hour squeeze lasted 2 days because of the compression behind it. We had all three types of compression that finally released, after hours here, leading to a strong second day of momentum, right? Stacking squeezes. Let's find another example here, family. Let's just flip through some random shit. Let's see, who's had good squeezes? I guess here's another example. I absolutely hate this bar. Let me just get rid of that real quick. Right, team, so we come into Apple here. What day was this? Monday the 31st. We come in, guys, with a very tight squeeze, right? Friday. What was that, the 21st? 31st? Yeah, 31st. So not only, team, do we have a beautiful 2-hour squeeze, we have a tight 4-hour squeeze on the 31st. So again, we already covered this one. 4-hour fires, and then the black fires giving us that second day momentum. Same time, guys, in a smaller time frame, we get the same exact shit, even better. Normal fires here, right at open, and then we get that extra compression one more time, end of day, for that second little leg, right? Sequential, fire, 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 off to the races. Stacking time frames makes it even better. The 2-hour released on the normal and the pro. The 4-hour released on the normal and then the pro. Even more energy, guys, leaving the building. You can see, did it here, right? Normal, 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 fires. And then the pro fires, letting out even more energy, team. And you can see, let's find one where it's just black dots. covered a good example on NVIDIA. Right, guys? You wouldn't catch it on the normal. But coming into the session on Thursday, right? Thursday session, we had multiple bar squeeze here with momentum dropping into open. And then boom, we get that compression fire and we catch that black squeeze. So again, they can happen alone or they can happen with the full team here, right? Full team fires, black fires even more, and we continue to push. Let's see, one more example here, family. All right, SPX. So you can see, guys, right? Squeeze, 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 fires, 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 and then we get the blacks that fire for even more momentum. One more example here, team. Let's find, let's go to AMD. AMD here, team. This was a great 30-minute squeeze we played the other day. That was not recognized on the normal, right? We had one prior that released. So the normal released in the morning. And then we got right back into a pro squeeze before open. And then boom, we're still riding that momentum from the normal, and now we're getting that extra push at cash session with the pro, right? Runner, runner, runner. Let's see. Let's look at some hourly squeezes. All right, team, another great example here. The normal fires pre-market. And then our pro fires. Just even more confirmation that this thing is going to explode in hourly squeeze. We have two types of compression releasing. So that's pretty much it, guys. I can get repetitive as possible here. There's just so many examples. But again, we're looking for these squeezes that have both, right? Thursday morning, we are, technically not in a squeeze. We've already fired. And then we quickly get back into it. Black releases and we release. So I hope that makes sense, family. That is the Squeeze Pro. Out of respect for JC, this is all I'm going to cover. We know how to trade the squeeze. Just use these extra little ones to make it more fun. So again, the black dots are the loosest, highest probability setting. They can happen on their own. They present some extra opportunity. And then we have the normal, and then we have the orange. Again, orange sits on top of all, red sits on top of black. Once the normal's fired, we are left with the black to fire for a little extra juice. So hope that makes sense, team. That is just a quick introduction on the Squeeze Pro and how to kind of understand what all of these fancy new colors mean. Now, what we're used to, team, here comes the fun part, we're used to running scans, which are great, but oftentimes, guys, we want to work smarter, not harder. You don't want to have to running a scan every hour, every 30 minutes of the day. So shout out to Marv in the group, helped us out here and create a watch list where we can actually have it up. And as you can see, it tells you what's squeezing. NVIDIA, quick look here. It's squeezing on the 30-minute. It's squeezing on the hourly. And again, this is for the pro team. So let's look. NVIDIA starting to squeeze here on the hourly. So quick glances, guys. This is how we'll quickly find squeezes. And it's also squeezing on the 30-minute. Right, perfect. So I'm going to show you guys how to set this up right now. And this is really a way for us to just stock our focus list and really, stack squeezes. Right, ES is squeezing on a 5-minute and hourly right now. Once we get, 30-minute, 4-hour, you know the deal. So let's talk about how to build this team. We're going to build one together here. And we're simply just going to start with a blank watch list, right? You can add a watch list team on the side of your bar. Click add, click watch list, make a new one, do what you got to do. For now, we're just going to start with this basic example. So what you want to do, family, is click the gear bar here, click customize, and what we're going to first do is remove all of this other mumbo jumbo. My advice is to have a separate watch list, right, with ATR, with the net change, all that fancy stuff, and then have a squeeze watch list. So we're going to build this here together. We're going to get rid of the ask, get rid of the bid, get rid of the net change, get rid of the last, and simply just keep the symbol. All right, So we're down to simplicity here. Now it gets fun. We're going to take this code, which I'm going to post for everybody, and we're simply just going to copy it. Right? Very, very simple. Pay attention here, team. We're going to click the gear icon. We're going to click Customize. We are going to search Custom, and you will see a list of customs. What we want to do is click one of them. It's going to pull this up. From here, team, you're going to click Think Script Editor. You're going to delete all the code, and you're going to paste our code. Nothing to do. As you can see, it populates. Now what we want to do is change the day, the time, and the name. So what we're going to do is call this day. And we're going to keep it on a daily time frame. And we're going to click OK. And now we're going to add this onto our column. As you can see, family, that now populates our daily squeezes. And this shows you how long it's been squeezing. And now all we want to do, family, is simply repeat the process. Custom, pull up another custom, think script editor, delete, paste code. Now what we're going to do is a 4-hour squeeze. Label it 4-hour, put on the 4-hour time frame, include extended, and click OK. You add it, and let's see, is there no 4-hour squeezes on any of those names? That's probably why. Let's just keep adding here, team. So again, same shit. Custom, find it, a new one, think script editor, delete, paste. All right, we'll do a 2-hour. And then simply put on the 2-hour time frame and click save, and it's going to populate here. Right? And then boom. So you can see Tesla is in a 2-hour squeeze. Let's go confirm. So here's the thing, guys, right? It captures the Pro. It's meant to capture the black setting. So it's going to catch things before, you know, they're actually in a squeeze. We're going to catch that first level of compression. Why do we want to scan for the black one? Because we can trade the black one without any of them. But we can also have all of them with the black one. So this is the best thing to keep it on, family, right? Keep moving here. One more example. Again, custom, click think script editor, delete that code, paste that code. We'll call this one 1 hour. Come in here, change the time frame, and simply click OK. It's going to populate, and you click save. You can see we have even more here. So Tesla is squeezing on the 2-hour and the 1 hour, right? We hop over to it, and boom, it's squeezing on the 1 hour. Look at all these great squeezes, team. So again, we can run scans and find this crap, right? Apple squeezing, Baba squeezing, Tesla squeezing, NVIDIA squeezing. Or we can be very quick while we're trading and just simply look, okay, man, Google's not in one, but Netflix is, NVIDIA is, Apple is, and the Qs. And it's also going to tell you, team, when it fires, right? So you can see here, Amazon has fired its 5-minute. Google has fired its 15-minute. Pretty cool, right? So when we're watching this, family, we will not have to run scans, and we'll be very, quick to find our best setup. So again, NVIDIA, we see squeezing here in the hourly for 7 intervals. Doesn't really matter how long, team. We just want to know that it's squeezing, right? You can see it's starting to come into a squeeze here. So this thing's very accurate, guys, and it's going to save us a shit ton of time. Add as many time frames as you would like, right? Works the same way, guys. Custom 10, think script editor, delete code, paste code, right? We'll do a 30-minute. 30M, 30-minute, save that shit, populates, and boom. So as you can see here, team, NVIDIA is also in a 30-minute squeeze. Even more confirmation, right? It's in the black one. So it allows us to cross-reference these things. We have a 30-minute squeeze. We also have an hourly squeeze. What you can do, team, is once you build this whole watch list, is actually pop it out, right? You can detach this gadget and put it anywhere on your charts. So you always know what's squeezing and what time frame, right? Sometimes 5-minute squeezes are great to play intraday. You don't have to be staring or running scans, guys. You just wait. Oh, Netflix just popped up on the 5 minute. Let me take a look. Right? In video, ooh, 30 minutes just, fired. Let me take a look. So this is an awesome way, guys, to, work smarter, not harder. So hope that makes sense, family. Again, I will post this code. Everyone should have the indicator, which I will post as well, the Squeeze Pro. And that is simply how you set this up on Think or Swim. So that's the video, team. Let's go slay some goddamn squeezes. Love y'all.